everyone, and welcome to Module 5. I really enjoyed looking at your magazine ads, and I think you all have a really nice start to make very successful ads. This week we're looking at the web banner, but I would really like for you to get on the discussion boards a little bit earlier in the week. You know, it's hard to have a long discussion with someone if you're posting on, Thursday and then waiting till Sunday night at 11 to respond. This week, however, we're focusing on web, and when you do anything for the web, it needs to be in RGB. That's red, green, and blue. Those are the colored lights that shine in your computer or in your TV, and they make all of the colors. So if you think about it, when your computer is turned off, it is black. If you have all three lights shining, which is very difficult to believe but true, red, green, and blue equal amounts of light will turn white. Okay? You can look at, and I'll post a CMYK to RGB conversion kind of chart, but any color can be made with red, green, and blue lights. Alright, so I discussed earlier that you can choose to do a square banner ad or a rectangle. No matter what you do, you're going to want to open up Photoshop and you'll get to this screen. We're going to change this to pixels because, again, we're measuring for web. So I'm going to do the rectangle, which is 729, by 90. I'm going to keep it a 300 resolution, change my color mode to RGB, then everything else we can leave the same, and I'll hit OK. All right, now really think about what's successful with your magazine ad and how you can turn that, because we're really changing the sizes here. How can you get the most important parts for your web banner ad? Logo is going to be very important. Getting your point across and making it beautiful so that you draw attention to it. So you can think about what also you would like to animate. Now, being in 2016, web banner ads have gone through quite the overhaul since they were first developed. You know, it used to be about flashing and colors and bright lights and all this stuff. Now you want it to be classy, especially if you're going to do the Amethyst Bay Resort Spa, but you want to draw attention with beauty. Now, with a GIF, you want something to move or animate. Now, that could be your call to action. Maybe that comes in one number at a time, or it fades. Maybe it's just an opacity thing, or maybe you want to look like water's coming in. You have a lot of different things to play around with. So I'm going to show you, just to keep it simple, on an animated box bounce. So I'll just grab a new, I'm going to change my dimensions just so I can show you a little bit more. Alright, so animation, again, you want to keep it simple, but we're going to do it in layers in Photoshop. My base layer. I'm just going to do a box bouncing, okay? So, or moving, whatever. Keep it simple. Let's make this a purple box. Okay. So I've got my purple box. I'm actually going to delete my white background so that this is just focusing in on the box. Now, for this type of animation, you're going to do it in layers, okay? So if I want to move this box, I'm just going to copy my layer, drag down to the kind of new layer, and I've gotten a copy, and then I'm just going to move this box. I can do the same thing, move it up again. Same thing. And then we'll kind of just plateau it. Generally, when you throw a ball up in the air or bounce it, it kind of freezes for a second at the top before it starts to move down. And then we'll have it come back down. So I'm just copying and moving. Okay, and we'll end on that same plane we started. you can look up examples of what you want. You can make, a character blank or have an image that grows, if you just start with a base layer and then add more details to it. But for this one, we've got all these layers. To get your timeline up, you're going to go to Window and then Timeline. And then you've got a couple options here. Create video timeline or create frame animation. We want to make sure that says create frame animation. Then you can click on that. There won't be anything here because we actually have to do that. So select all of your layers by grabbing the bottom, holding shift, click the top one. And then we can go into this little options section here. Click on that. And we're going to do create new layer for each frame. Not, you won't see anything. And then we're going to go make frame from layers. And then you'll see each one has my different layer. And basically it's just showing you with the eyeball what this is. And then you can hit play. So that's basically what my animation is going to be. If you want to adjust, it says 0 seconds here. It's actually like 0.1. You can adjust the time. So if you want something to hold a little bit longer and then start and go, you can do that. You can bring all of them to the same. You can explore with different timing. Or you can leave it as the default. It's up to you. Okay. So then once you get it the way that you like it, you can go to File, Save for Web. And this is where we can say, we're doing a GIF. Colors, you want to use all the colors. Transparency, how I removed that white background. If you want it to be a white background, you can uncheck that. So that's kind of up to you. There are some presets. I'm just going to leave it. And we'll do the image size. You can preview it if you want. I'm going to save. Give it a second. Apparently it froze my computer. Okay. So then title it, whatever you want. Sherrington. Save it wherever you want on your desktop. Then you can save it out. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking for this week. I look forward to seeing what all of you come up with. And as always, please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.